Yo, people, and welcome to Through a Different Lens podcast. I am your co-host, Joe.
And I'm Jacob.
Yes, my brother. Long time. I miss you guys, man.
Yeah, man. You've been out there enjoying the sunshine while we've been dealing with the rain.
Brother, is this the weather changes have been hitting me, bruv. Like, as you can hear my voice, I'm just trying to recover, like, or not let it get peak, bro. Los Angeles, what a gap. What a gap.
Yeah. You look like you enjoyed it though. Good
Yeah,
time to go as well.
Yeah, man. It was nice, man. And free time. Shout out my brother Brad, great host. Get me. And yeah, man, LA is just different. The air feels clean and everything, like, and obviously majority
Thinking
of the
about
time
making
the
the move?
sun's always out in it. So
You thinking about making the move out there?
bro, if opportunity arises, 100%.
Definitely.
100%. Like, I feel like, obviously it was only a week, but just people there, just even actual Americans that I spoke to that moved to LA, however long they've been living there, they all, like the ones that I spoke to all said like LA is the best place they've been living in the States and stuff like that. And I think the salary also matches it. You know, like here, when inflation, everything goes up, but the salary don't really go up in the working
Yeah.
environment. Whereas there, it's like, just for example, the security officer at immigration, bro, he was holding up the queue for time because he was just speaking to me like about life in LA, how good his salary is and stuff like that. And he said he'd considered moving, but when he looks in other places, and he said he even looked in the UK at one point, he said the money was not worth it.
Yeah, because out there I feel like a lot of people are on LA especially, I feel like the average salary is like 80, 90 bags a year. It feels like
Uh,
it's just high.
yeah, probably, and that's probably the. And then obviously when you're going around, driving around, it's like Beverly Hills, Hollywood. We were like, Brad was saying he thinks the average house price is probably near $1 million there, isn't it?
Oh, I think so too. I think, well, it's a city of angels. It's a city of dreams. You get what I mean? People go there to live. People go there to die. But you know, I think you speak to more successful cases than less off. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, no,
But anyone in
it's
employment, I feel like they're doing well.
yeah, no facts. I like if you're earning a decent salary or good enough salary, I think you can live fairly comfortable. Obviously, it is expensive there. Don't get me wrong. Um, like even obviously house prices and then say restaurants and all that stuff. But then you live like, obviously he lives like near central, so he's not far from the beach, for instance. He's not far from everywhere, innit? More or less.
Yeah.
And then yeah, bro. It's proper still. So if opportunity arises or you go out there and play ball, hey, we're there.
Yeah, man. 100%. 100%.
We're there.
Okay.
Hey, NFL Super Bowl is upon us. We're a few days away. Let us kick it off. 'Cause obviously, like, you lot done a great job last couple of weeks in terms of the games. When I saw you and Dedra recorded in chat, I think I woke up and obviously you lot done it around this time, UK time, midday. And it was like 4 a.m. I was like, yeah, there was no chance I was making that. Unless the first couple, the first couple nights I couldn't sleep properly there. So I may be then in it. But then, yeah, I managed to just about catch up. I caught up with the games because it was the same day I went to the Clippers game. So I was watching the Rams game, the second half on my phone, like on
Oh,
the way
okay.
on the way to Injury Dome, and then inside the arena whilst the NBA game was going on still. So
That's good. That's good. It's great. It's crazy that they actually have, like in England, when there's a big game going on, you
mm,
won't have another sport crossing over at the same time. In America,
yeah,
they just don't care.
yeah.
They don't care.
Like I was hoping they were gonna push the Clippers game back. Um,
Especially as an LA team as well.
and like, bro, the buses the day before were going go Rams, like at the front instead of it saying bus 12 or something, it was saying the number and then go Rams, isn't it? I was like, yeah, man.
Oh,
But
man.
yeah, man. Aye, Super Bowl. Where you saying just straight predictions and what we think the outcome's gonna be.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Because I think it's going to be a real good one. I think it's going to be I don't know if it's going to be one for the ages, but thinking of the last time the Seahawks played the Patriots, it was one for the ages.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like the Seahawks need their revenge from that.
Mm-hmm.
The Patriots just want to continue on their history. So
Yeah.
I feel like it'll be a real good game. Two top defenses,
Mm-hmm.
one offense that's really rolling right now, one that's not so much rolling, but was rolling during the regular season. But they're
Mm-hmm.
doing everything together with the line right now. So I feel like we've got two teams that are on par, similar levels. But if you actually look at like the regular season records and everything they've done throughout the year, I feel like they're on similar levels. So I think we'll have a real nip and tuck game. I see a lot of people saying it's going to be a blowout one way. I feel like the Seahawks will win, but I don't think it'll be a blowout one way. I feel like it'll be a close game, one score
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. I think just because of the Patriots' DNA, obviously it's completely new team and stuff like that. But in terms of coaching stuff, you got coaches that have been there. Josh McDaniel, I think this is his 11th Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. So he's been
My goodness.
involved in 10 of the 60 Super Bowls, which is crazy. And then obviously Vrabel won a couple Super Bowls with the Patriots. So from a coaching perspective, they've got that advantage. Do you know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
get me. Like, I want the Seahawks to win and I want them to absolutely smash the Patriots. But the something on my shoulder, like in my mind, when we sent our picks to you, I was like, I'm just getting Patriots. I think with the whole Belichick and then Robert Kraft both being snubbed for Hall of Fame, obviously Belichick for first ballot and then Kraft just being snubbed again. I don't know, man. The evil in that organization is just gonna come through.
It's
I just
true.
think they're gonna because the
It's
Seahawks are a
true.
better team for me, but I don't know, man.
No, it's true though. It is true in terms of the snubs and how they could affect this. It's like, it's going to be some extra motivation around the organization going into the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, man. You can never count out the Patriots. That's the one thing you can't ever
Yeah.
do. Just because they've been here before, and as much as it might not be the same players, it's in their DNA, it's in the building to go to these games. They know what it takes. Similar to
Mm-hmm.
Seahawks in recent years. But you got two quarterbacks who haven't been on this stage before. In fact, has Sam Darnold been to the Super Bowl before?
I'm trying to. Was he with the 49ers a couple years ago when they lost to the Chiefs?
Why do I assume that he's been to this? So I feel like he's seen it before. I don't know. My mind's
I,
saying he might have been there before
I,
as a backup.
the only thing I can think of was the one season he was with the 49ers, but I don't think they made the Super Bowl that year. Was it 2 years ago he
But
was
Brock
with them?
Purdy's made the Super Bowl, so it could have been.
Yeah, because he was Purdy's backup, weren't he? Was it? Yeah,
Yeah,
before he went to the Vikings.
yeah.
And he might have gone then 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me just quickly check.
Because the Chiefs 49ers was 2 years ago. And last year he was with the Vikings. I'm sure he was with the Niners that year before as backup. But
Uh,
yeah,
yeah.
like you just said, man, it's just both these teams got recent enough rich history with the Super Bowl, especially their matchup that the Seahawks should have won.
Mm.
Thanks to the great play by what's his name that ended up getting benched in the other Super Bowl after.
Um, we talking about quarterback.
No, the one that
Oh, the cornerback. I can't even remember his name, but
yeah,
yeah, that
it's
was a
gone
whole
out my
mad
mind.
situation. What happened? Yeah,
But yeah, when everyone
yeah.
said the Seahawks should have ran the ball instead of Russ throwing the ball, and then because they would have gone back to back,
Mm.
wouldn't they?
Yeah.
And then yeah, so yeah, just back to both teams. Like you said, the Patriots' offense haven't been how they were in the regular season, but then the flip side is their defense has been so much better in the postseason than it has in the regular season. Obviously, like for me, this is also what will annoy me if they win. I feel like it'll be one of like not to discredit them or take anything away, but one of the worst-ish runs to win a Super Bowl in recent years. Obviously, in terms of the
Mm.
defenses they've played, fair enough. But in terms of like just what they've produced the product on show,
Yeah.
it will grind my gears if they do with it. But I just think, and I think I'm going to be annoyed Sunday night / Monday morning that they've somehow pulled it out of the bag.
It's them though. They've won nasty Super Bowls before. It doesn't matter when it gets to this game. It does not matter how you win the game.
Yeah.
It just matters if you win or if you lose. That's all you're caring about at this point. You don't even care if you play well. Like if you could throw 5 interceptions as a quarterback, did we win? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So
Because,
like I feel like it, come Sunday it'll be a good game. I feel it'll be interesting. I've got the Seahawks. Me personally, I've got the Seahawks to win it, and I feel like they will be the dominant team. I feel like the Patriots can't or have to get out to a 10, 14-point lead if they want any say in the game, to be fair. Because you have to make Sam Darnold be the person to win the game. If you let the Seahawks front run, I feel the game's going to be over early. But
yeah,
if they
fingers
get out
crossed.
early, yeah, if the Patriots get out early, then we'll have a different type of game. But if the Seahawks get out early, especially if they allow special teams to run what they've been running, then the Patriots will be in problems.
Yeah, because the Seahawks have been effective like in their special teams throughout, all around. Whereas the Patriots, more so punt return with Marcus Jones, he's been great, but their kicker hasn't been that assured. I think he's missed 4 kicks under 50 yards this season in general, and then obviously missed 2 against the Broncos. So it's just the Seahawks, they have an edge in most positions, but the camaraderie in the Patriots, it's just obviously both teams for them to get there, but the Patriots have overachieved. Both teams have somewhat overachieved, but from where the Patriots were last year to now this year, because I think the honors last night showed Josh McDaniel won Assistant Coach of the Year, and then Mike Vrabel won Coach of the Year. And I
Coach
was
of the
like,
year.
for
Yep.
both of them to take it shows a complete turnaround.
Yeah. And you can see that. You can see it's been a complete turnaround. You can see from a 4-win season last year to the Super Bowl this year. I spoke about it last week with Dej. I said you can see how clear hires, knowing when to hire and who to hire, and knowing when to fire and who to fire, make a difference in the organization. And you can see what the Patriots have done. The rebuild process has been so short because it's just been the right people getting in the building. They found their quarterback. They found their quarterback for the future, and they're now rolling with it. You can see a well-run organization. You can see a not so well-run organization. And I feel like the Seahawks and the Patriots are both well-run organizations. And the people that have let these players go, let these coaches go, are the ones that are going to sit in denial. But you can see how their organizations are right now. So decision making is a huge, huge thing in the NFL, and you can see how it's kind of changed the landscape of the league with how we see it today.
Yeah, that on that decision making is such a good point that you made, because I was listening to something yesterday, and they were saying that is another reason why the person speaking was so surprised that Robert Kraft got snubbed. Like again, for instance, because they were like, his decision making as an owner has been the best, like in terms of the time to get in Bill Belichick apparently for a first round pick. I actually didn't even know that. And then obviously giving Gerard Mayo the chance, but cutting it quick straight away, getting in Vrabel, and then boom, like getting in the right coaching staff around Vrabel, bringing McDaniels back, etc. Around this current crop of players. Because you can even see in the AFC Championship game, like Drake May was struggling on the sideline, and McDaniels was the one that was keeping him in check. Do you know what I mean? So like, yeah, you're right. Both, and then the flip side, the Seahawks, they had their little downish years, but they gave Pete Carroll the grace. Do you know what I mean? Russell Wilson and Pete
Yeah.
Carroll, and then they just rebuilt everything, and then yeah, man, it's just fair play, and it's
Yeah,
funny.
they all know their foundations.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
last couple of weeks
didn't
in the
mean-
States and here and back in the UK, I've met Seahawks fans. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, they're coming out the woodworks. They weren't there. They weren't there for a few years. Because I feel like when we were like young growing up, there was a lot of Seahawks fans because it was a team that you could gravitate towards because it was the first team people saw that were winning with a black quarterback who was
yeah.
different. Do you get what I mean? And Russell Wilson at the time was an MVP caliber player. He was playing out of his mind. You had the Legion of Boom there. There was a lot to support about Seattle. And Pete Carroll, he's a great coach, so you gravitate towards him. So that I feel like was what it was before. And then obviously they had their fall off throughout these like fast, 6-7 years. But they still made the playoffs here and there, but haven't been a team that really is in the reckoning. And now they're back. You can see the people that were in hiding, like me, like a Panthers fan, we were in hiding until like this year. We've now, we're coming back out. So
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
When your team's on the low, you gotta be hiding. When your team's good, you could be back outside. So yeah,
no, fair.
Be a good game though.
Yeah, no, I just think it'll be a good game. I think it'll be a very good game, and I think it'll be a tight one. But yeah, my head's just going with the Patriots on this one. I want Seattle to beat them, and I want them to beat them bad. But so people can actually dissect the Patriots' run throughout the season. But like you said, if May throws 5 interceptions and they still win, no one will absolutely give a damn, because we've seen it with Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Some of them have terrible Super Bowls, but bro, no one
You win
cares.
the game. Nah, it's the finality. It's the last game of the season.
Yeah.
Win or lose, win or go home. That's all it is. I don't care if you play well, play badly. Did we win? Did we lose?
And
That's it.
both teams, the reason why if they win, it will boost them up, because they're both teams that were on the come up. So they're somewhat, again, they're overachieving. They're a year early, especially the Patriots, for instance. They're probably 2 years early because they've got so much cap space to make moves in the offseason. So if they win, they could, bro, they're going to, I was just seeing yesterday, apparently Max Crosby wants to go to the Patriots.
Why would you not? Why would he not? It makes sense. It makes sense. Like, if you can go to someone that's already winning and they're still rebuilding, haven't had to pay Drake May yet, like, everyone that's a superstar from elsewhere can go and get their money in a winning organization, win for a few years, then Drake May gets paid, and then, they become a bit older anyway and want to chase a bag somewhere else, but they've won their championships, they've won what they need to win, and then they go and, end their careers elsewhere. So I think it makes sense.
Yeah,
I think it does make sense.
I think we've seen it with recent winners, bar Brady and Stafford being the old guys. Mahomes and Hurts, they're both won the Super Bowls before they got paid.
Yeah.
It's
yeah. I think you might need to as well now, because once they get paid, it's like you have to dismantle your team or be reworking contracts, and you're pushing money back to 2040.
Well, we've seen it. All the highest earning quarterbacks, none of them are rarely getting to the championship games or to the Super Bowl.
Nah, because you need to be paid yourself, and it's not. You get what I mean? Obviously, Jalen Hurts. Obviously, last year you got 2 high-paid quarterbacks, but it's a case of they've still got pieces around them.
Yeah,
and the Eagles managed to pay everyone. It seems like they pay all 53 players well.
Only God knows how Harry Roseman does it, but bro, it's like they've got unlimited cap space.
Yeah. So, and then the Chiefs have just been a good, when you understand how their franchise works, you've been a good working franchise, and you know how to move the money the right way. Pat Mahomes restructures. You have players that are coming in on less money that could get money elsewhere for more, but they want to win. So, that always plays a part into it, and they pick up pieces in and during the season that always kind of help.
That's why I think it'll be dangerous if the Patriots win, because the whole organization can gas May and the big players, say, yo, Brady done it, and look how much he won. He took less money, and look at the legacy.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, they can't win this, but I'm scared they're gonna win this. But yeah, you got Seahawks. They've got Seahawks as well, innit?
Yeah.
Cool, fair. I hope you guys are right. This is one time I genuinely hope I'm wrong. NFL honors. Do you know what? Yeah, when I was seeing the stuff last night, it reminded me of, what's the guy that they shouted from the Bills? Jackson, is it Jackson Horse or something like that?
Yeah, Jackson Horse.
Bro, I was waiting to see if he got one vote in the offensive rookie of the year. He didn't.
I told you when Dej stopped watching, brother. I told you.
I had to get up just to double check if this guy. I woke up this morning. I was like, did this guy get any votes? Nah. But we can start off with the main one, the rightful winner in our eyes, MVP Matt Stafford. Do you think that will
Yeah.
cement his legacy into Canton Hall of Fame?
Yes, definitely. I feel like MVP, Super Bowl winner. What else do you need as a quarterback? You get what I mean?
Mm,
He's gonna have a load of these. He's gonna be up there in like passing yards if he's
yeah,
not already. He'll surpass a lot more people because he looks like he can play for another 3-4 years if he wants to. Uh, so yeah, rightful winner. I feel like he was the best quarterback in the NFL this year. The NFL
mhm,
did the right thing this year and gave it to the best quarterback. Not they're doing this less most valuable to your team stuff. So they
yeah,
they they provided the rightful winner with the harder schedule essentially, and I feel like it was his time. I feel like it was Matt Stafford's time,
mhm,
and he now for me, he's a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer. I felt like he was a Hall of Famer before, but this solidifies him in the Hall of Fame.
yeah,
And he plays for the Rams, so you never know what else could happen. Next year, he could have the same sort of season plus win the Super Bowl. It's like he's always in contention with him and McVay and the team that got around him. So yeah, rightful winner, deserved. Drake may come in second. He'll have the time to
mhm.
push for an MVP again. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, definitely agree. And in Stafford's speech, he announced he'll be back next year, and then Kyron Williams and Sean McVay, they were both like going crazy and stuff like that. But yeah, like you said, um, don't not to discredit May, I thought May was like just consistently very good throughout the season. But Stafford's big games, Stafford's competition that he faced was just a bit a level above. That's why I like the NFC Championship game, and it lived up to its showing. People were like, "That is the
Yeah.
Super Bowl." We saw how Seahawks and Rams matched up throughout the whole season. It was nip and tuck, nip and tuck, nip and tuck, either way. And Stafford's the only one that's putting up gazillion yards against that Seahawks
Mm-hmm.
team. Like, I
Yeah.
think first game Rams had over 500 plus yards offense, and then not first game, the second game, and then this final game over 450 or something like that. It's just, but yeah, again, like you said, May's got time to win it. But again, with the NFL, we've seen Joe Burrow come to Super Bowl in his second year, his first full year. May might not get this opportunity again. Who knows? Like just like MVP as well. So
Yeah, but do you know what though? I feel like with the Joe Burrow situation, Joe Burrow has played like an MVP, but in the MVP seasons, he's played like his team have been terrible,
yeah.
and he's had Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson having incredible seasons at the same time. Do you get what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Drake may has loads more MVP seasons in him. The division he's in, his actual division is quite helpful for MVP case for
Yeah.
an MVP case just because of who you have to play twice a year. Do you get what I mean? Right now, we don't know what two of those teams are doing. So you have 4 games against people you could put up extraordinary numbers, and then the game against the Bills can be the one that puts you over the edge. So I feel like Drake May will be in with a shout every single year from now. People are putting him in top 5 discussions already. So if you're in them discussions, you're going to be in with a shout of MVP. So it's going to be interesting going down the line, but I feel like it's going to be, as you said, if they can add more weapons to the Patriots, receiver wise, running back wise, help on the offense, help on the defense, I think there'll be a 13, 14 win team. And if you're a 13,
Consistently.
14 win team, yeah, your quarterback's always going to be in with a chance of winning the
Yeah.
MVP.
I think if they don't win the Super Bowl though, I'm not gonna put him in the top 5, like in terms of like expectations and stuff like that. Because I feel like over recent years they've done that with, and it's nice and exciting to do that. But for me, you have to back it up. The likes of like say CJ Stroud, Daniels was more so injury this year, so fair enough.
Yeah.
But sometimes you put people on a throne a bit too early. Um, but again, like you said, the Patriots, they've got the cap space to actually build around. So, but they're not going to have an easy schedule this year because they actually had the easiest schedule in such a long, long time. So, and there's going
Yeah.
to be more tape, everything. So, If they don't win it, I think they're gonna be a good team next season, but I don't think they'll be creme de la creme because the Bills will know what they've got to face, and then we could just see a resurgent Lamar if Mahomes is back from week one. Like the big
Mhm.
boys, the big boys all had their down yearish similar time,
Yeah.
and which everyone can have that grace. Do you know what I mean? Just a quick one. I was looking at the voting. Stafford won by one vote. You know,
Oh wow.
Stafford
So
had
it
24.
was close.
Yeah, Stafford had 24. May had 23. Josh Allen had 2, and Herbert had 1.
Nah,
And
some people need to be banned from voting.
I'll send you the voter who voted for Herbert because I saw people quote tweet him like this morning saying what the hell, blah blah blah. And like he
That person
actually
needs his vote
spoke
taken
out
away.
and said, I'm the one that voted for Herbert.
But why? Like
uh,
this is the problem with people just doing miscellaneous votes. Like you can't just be just putting votes out there for no reason.
so his name
Like
is
Herbert.
Sam Monson. He said I was the Justin Herbert vote. The guy had the worst offensive line in the NFL all season, and despite that, he was working miracles in almost every single game. Stafford's offensive line became 2/5 as bad as Herbert's for 5 minutes, and he became a turnover howitzer. He embodied value.
This is last year messed this thing up, you know, because everyone's doing this embodied value stuff. Now everyone's trying to look at and deep dive into the word valuable. Just
Yeah,
pick the damn best player you saw
bro.
and then go about your business.
The Mitchell Schwartz, the old chief, Chiefs offensive tackle, he quoted it and said, "Wouldn't that open the case for Lane Johnson to have been MVP for these years, or Trent Williams too? If the one main offensive line that holds the unit together is the key for the offense, then why aren't we voting the offensive line for the position?"
Correct.
Yeah. So, but
This is the
I
thing,
actually
man.
didn't know Stafford won by one vote until now. Just checking, but I saw the Herbert vote stuff earlier on. So.
Oh, that's interesting. But you know, it's not like every week it was a nip and tuck thing in the NFL this year. It was like, okay, he's winning MVP. This is the best team. This is this. Do you get what I mean? So I understand that. That vote probably makes sense in terms of how it's gone down to the wire. Obviously with Drake May and his team doing what they did this year. I feel like the schedule, we say is easy because the Patriots were now good. We thought the Patriots were going to be terrible. So this schedule is actually going to be difficult for them. Do
I
you get
think
what I mean?
I think I had the Patriots beginning of the season maybe making the playoffs. Or I said they're gonna be a fairly good team. Obviously not to the extent. But at that point, people at the beginning of the season, people did bring up the Patriots schedule, saying they could have a chance to be okay because their schedule was light.
Yeah, I just felt like they were at the start of the season. I thought that the Patriots were on the same level as all of the teams around them in their schedule. So, do you get what I mean? I thought they were just like, okay, you're playing the Jets, you're playing the Dolphins. I thought the Dolphins would be better than them. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. The Patriots, they started the season 1-2,
They lost.
and then
Yeah, yeah, they
even the
lost to the
Broncos, they both started
Raiders.
off 1-2, and then they both went up on these crazy runs.
Did they not lose to the Raiders first game?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
See, and that's what I mean. Like everyone said, their schedule was going to be easy, but you lose to the Raiders first game, and the Raiders end up being the worst team in the NFL. And you're like, well, they should be playing against these teams. They're on the same level. That's what
Yeah,
my
but
thing was. So
then last season, the Bengals lost to the woeful Patriots first game of the season.
correct, but then they also didn't make the playoffs, and they were bad.
Yeah,
So it's like it's so difficult to predict. But
yeah,
yeah,
no, facts, facts. Myles Garrett was unanimous for
yeah.
Defensive Player of the Year, and rightfully so. I think he's the only second unanimous player to win it behind JJ Watt.
Yeah, inevitable. We knew that was happening. We knew he was defensive player of the year from like week 6. Like he was winning the award from way, 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 way back. It was then a discussion of can he win the MVP, and I feel like he
Yeah,
would have won the MVP this year if the Browns had made the playoffs, if the Browns had any type of offense, if the Browns were good, he could have been
Hmm.
in the MVP discussion. Because I feel like pound for pound, player for player, he's the best player in the NFL this season. And most
Hmm.
years you could probably make a case that he's the best player in the NFL. So yeah, well-deserved award for Myles Garrett. Obviously, he's now got a new head coach in Cleveland. I don't know if he's going to have to switch defensive coordinators because of,
Mm.
the mailing that's going on there. But I feel like for him, another deserved award, another step to his greatness. He's already a first ballot Hall of Famer for me, but we know the first ballot don't mean nothing anymore, so we don't know. But um, yeah, well deserved. Defensive Player of the Year. He should have been in MVP discussions also. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think, yeah, like what you said, more or less agree. It was literally just the fact that the Browns were not a good overall team, and then their record. Because even defensive rookie of the year, Carson Schweinsinger from their team won that as well,
Yeah.
and that one caught me off guard. But voting wise, he had like 40 of the 50 votes.
That caught you off guard?
That the Browns, I thought it was gonna be, what's his name? Is it Emanwari for the Seahawks? I thought he was gonna win
Oh no.
defensive rookie of the year.
Schlesinger was the best defensive rookie by a country mile.
Fair.
Remember, I was actually watching Browns games at points.
To be fair, you actually were watching it in terms of that was your main screen game.
Yeah. So I was literally watching what he was doing. I was like, yeah, this guy's the best. So you could see like their rookie class was actually good, to be fair. So
Yeah. And it's just going to show over the years how weird the Browns organization is, because they've won. That's what Myles Garrett's second defensive player of the year. Their rookies winning these awards. They've won coach of the year twice under
Mhm.
Stefanski. Obviously, he's not there anymore, but yet still this organization can't get it right.
because they can't pick the main position that you need to win games. The quarterback. They struggle with the most important position, but they can pick defensive players. They can. I think that's it. I was about to say they can pick skill positions, but they can pick defensive players
And running
and
backs. That's it.
running backs. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they can't get the head coach right either. So there's too many problems with them.
Yeah, Todd Monken getting the job. His first head coaching job at the age of 59, which is interesting in the way the current NFL is going. So,
I like
but
him though. I do like Todd Monken. I
he,
actually just like the way he carries himself and how he kind of instills some motivation and light into his life into his players. So I do like him. I want them to be good. I actually like the Browns. I'm supporting them because Shador's there. But
yeah, just hopefully Shador can, if he gets the chance to be a starter, he can be good enough next year to maintain an NFL career.
yes,
On that front. So get me. And plus the Browns, I was on the Browns on that trip to Philly. As you can see on my mug, wearing the Browns jersey, yeah, mate. So go on, Cleveland. Offensive player of the year, JSN, my brother from Sierra Leone, who is in the Super Bowl. He had 14 votes. McCaffrey had 12. Puka had 8. Bijan 6. May 5. Stafford 3. Allen and McBride had 1. So it was pretty close between JSN and CMC.
yeah. Uh, Either way that went,
Mm-hmm.
I would have been happy with whoever won it. Do you get what I mean? CMC had a great year.
Yeah.
JSN probably had an exceptional year because of where he is today. He's in the Super Bowl. So
And
I feel like
cause
go Drew.
he was, cause who his quarterback is.
Yes. Yeah. That too. That too. But and I feel like CMC is always going to be in offensive player of the year votes because he is the offense for the
Yeah.
49ers. So he does a bit of everything. Whereas for a receiver to be the reliant player, you're reliant on somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And is Sam Darnold, for instance, who isn't in the, well, he probably will be after this season, but isn't in the top 10 quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah.
So you have a player like that and you're doing all of this stuff that you're doing, breaking the records for the Seahawks and things
Mm-hmm.
like that. I think it's just well deserved. And I think after the season he had, you can't complain about this result
Yeah.
in the offensive player of the year. I
Yeah.
feel like other players would have would have said, "Oh, it's me, it's him, it's him." Bijan being in the conversation's nice, but the Falcons didn't win enough.
Yeah.
Um, I think everything's got to translate to winning at the end of the day for you to
Yeah,
win an
no, it's true.
award. And everyone that has won awards, bar Miles Garrett, who was just so dominant, and Swessinger, who was just so dominant. Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's
Swessinger
fair.
needs to win it.
That is fair. For offensive rookie of the year, Ted McMillan, your guy, he was dom dominant in the voting. He had 41 votes. This is where I was checking for Dege's boy Jackson Horse, but he wasn't in the top five. McMillan had 41, Tyler Shock had 5, Gray Zabel had 2, Trayvon Henderson and Jackson Dart had 1.
Again, dominant for a reason.
Yeah, no,
Best
Ted
young
ruled.
receiver. Best young receiver in football. That's
Yeah,
literally it.
and
We 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 should pay him now.
he's it was a big reason as to why you guys made the playoffs. So
Yeah. Yeah, sure hands, route running. Bryce Young trusted him everywhere. He was our go-to target.
yeah.
Um, Kind of replaces Xavier Leggett as the man for us.
Hmm.
As at the receiver position, you can see how reliable he is and how reliable he will be going forwards. You can see the receiver position, how big it is to the quarterback and to an NFL team right now. So
Hmm.
to have an elite receiver there for us is so key. So we don't have to go out and find one. And
Yeah,
long may it continue, man. Even in the playoffs, you saw where the big plays were going to.
yeah,
You saw where the trust was, and for a first-year player to have that trust by the team, by his quarterback, you can see it's going to be good things going forward. So yeah, well deserved, well deserved, and long may it continue. Don't let us get to your head, my brother, and let's keep going,
yeah. No
keep
facts.
pounding.
Both matchups with the Rams, he calls them trouble.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
everything, just them picking him up in general. McMillan he was a problem still, and like you said, he became that safety blanket for Bryce. And yeah, hopefully they can build on this, man, because the Panthers they've got something, but it's just the uncertainty with Bryce. Because they didn't pick up his option to pay him, didn't they?
No, it's all right, but we'll figure it. We'll figure that out. He is the franchise right now. I don't think we need to be going elsewhere and looking for anything different. He's. I think it's just look another year in the offense, and then
Hmm.
we'll try and do something. I feel like we can win this division this year. It's an
Hmm.
open division. I'll be honest. So we know the most talented team is the Falcons, but we know the Falcons and who their coach is. So we will be in and around it every year going forward.
Where since we're on the Panthers, your boy Luke Kuechly got inducted into the Hall of Fame. Apparently, he's the second
Mm.
youngest person to get inducted to the Hall of Fame in NFL history.
Luke.
He'll be 35 when he's officially inducted this summer, behind Gail Sayers, who was 34.
Mm. Luke Kuechly, one of the best defensive players I've seen in my life. Obviously, I feel like he retired early just because he wanted to protect his health
Yeah.
and he understood the damages the game can do, and you can see how smart he is on and off the field. So
Hmm.
when he was part of that Super Bowl getting to defense, I can't say Super Bowl winning, Super Bowl
Yeah.
getting to defense, we were a dangerous, dangerous team. And as much as I wanted him to continue playing because he was such a key part of our team, you understood it. You understood
Hmm.
why he took a step back, and in his years to be a Hall of Famer, in his because his career wasn't long. You get what I mean? So
8
in those
seasons.
years, exactly in those 8 seasons, to make a massive impact like he did to make it to the Hall of Fame, you can see how dominant he was. Um, and yeah, man, another Panther, another Carolina Panther in there. So I'm happy. I'm happy, and I'm happy for him and the family. So yeah.
Yeah. Just on his 8 seasons, Defensive Rookie of the Year 2012, Defensive Player of the Year 2013, 5-time first team All Pro, and 7-time Pro Bowler in 8 seasons. That is an immense,
He was the
immense
best.
accolade. Flipping hell.
He can literally say, I was the best throughout my career. No
Yeah.
one was better than me.
Yeah. literally. Rookie of the year, defensive player of the year, back to back, and then yeah, that is crazy. The two first ballots, Drew Brees and Larry Fitzgerald. Drew Brees has got second
Hmm.
in all-time passing and yards, if I'm not mistaken. Or yeah, but
Yeah, man. There's no discussion. You got Larry Fitzgerald, who is boy. You're probably going to put him in the top 5 receivers of all time just for consistency purposes.
mm, he's even second
Do you get what I
all-time
mean?
in receptions and yards, both behind Jerry Rice.
Yeah. So you got to put him in there for longevity, for consistency, for being able to do that for so long in such an age playing receiver is difficult.
Mm,
Um, so I feel like he well deserved to be first ballot Hall of Fame. I know he didn't get over the line Super Bowl wise, but he's got there. He played in the Super Bowl,
yeah,
but
because the Cardinals lost to
um,
the Steelers.
yes, yes, he played in the game, but he just couldn't get over the line. But well deserved to be a first ballot Hall of Famer for him. And Drew Brees, there's nothing anyone can say. He kind of put New Orleans back on the map.
Yeah,
Let's
I
be
mean,
honest.
Breeze had the records before when he retired. Then obviously Brady overtook them um, when going.
Yeah.
And just back to Fitzgerald, I knew he played under so many quarterbacks, but knowing he played under 23 quarterbacks is crazy.
23. Jesus Christ.
23. Kyler Murray was his last, what, flipping off, fair play, 23. And he owns one of the craziest stats in NFL history. He has more tackles than drops. He's got 41 tackles and he's only got 29 drops.
Yeah, that's a serious receiver. And I don't know why he was tackling people because other people must have been dropping the ball or his 23 quarterbacks are throwing interceptions.
The interceptions, man probably did the many DK runs when DK chased me
Yeah.
the maker. But he's probably just doing it in a smaller vicinity. But yeah, and who was the other one? Vinatieri, and then one of the older players, I forgot his name, I think Roger Craig. I think he got him through like the senior voting and stuff. But
Oh, okay.
Vinatieri,
Well,
obviously,
Vinatieri.
most points in NFL history, clutch
Yeah.
kicks for the Patriots. We spoke about the
Mhm.
Patriots, and so yeah. I mean that was probably the highlight for the week for the Patriots, bar the Super Bowl, with what's gone on with Belichick and then Robert Kraft in terms of them getting snubbed.
Most definitely, most definitely. And Vinatieri, he's won them Super Bowls.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
fact.
you know, sometimes the kickers are most, what do they call it? The kicker is, they say, I can't even think, but yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. The kicker's
Mhm.
the most like person that gets the most blame and gets the most credit for doing the littlest things. But
Yeah.
when you got someone as consistent as that, all credit is due.
No, facts, facts, facts. Cool. That is our NFL stuff for this week. Super Bowl and honors. What are you saying? Some NBA trade deadline talk? Because
We got
there's
to.
been some interesting trades. Do you know what? We're gonna start off with the Mavs because it's been just about a year since Luca AD trade, and when we just woke up and saw the madness, I'll never forget that day. And now AD has been traded to the Wizards amongst other players and stuff like that. But the Dallas Mavericks, they are so lucky they have Cooper Flag, or else I think the fans might have burnt that arena.
I was about to say the same thing.
Because Cooper Flag, he's gonna be an absolute superstar, bruv. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Recently, he's just been on a mad tear, regardless of their
Yeah.
record. Man's put up the most points as a rookie, and he's just going back to back games, scoring crazy. But then the way I remember beginning of the season, I was like the way people are overhyping the Mavs. I was like, bro, we haven't even seen these players play together. A lot of them have health issues, and then now you're even further breaking up the team.
Yeah. Well, we can now see that the Luca trade was absolute nonsense, and these new owners that have come in don't really know what they're doing
Mm,
because you make the trade, you then fire the GM, you then have an injury-prone Anthony Davis, which we all know is injury-prone. We have Kyrie Irving, who's injury-prone, which we all know is injury-prone. You then get the first overall draft pick, so you're buzzing. No one really plays together, and then you trade everyone away.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you trade them away for what? What do you get in return? Are you rebuilding now? Like, what is your plan of action now as
Because
a
even
Dallas Mavericks?
on your rebuilding point, they're obviously they got a few players which don't really make a difference, but their picks is next year's first round pick. No, this year's first round pick is via OKC. OKC are likely going to the Western Conference Finals, so that's not going to be a high pick. And then the next
Yeah.
first round pick is 2030 via Golden State, but it's 2030. Do you know what I mean? It's not like you got one each year.
It doesn't make sense to me. Because especially right now, like the trade, okay, if you wanted to make this trade in the off season, yeah, make it. But right now, this trade doesn't make sense because
What for
really
the
and
Mavs?
truly, the Mavs ain't going nowhere, and the Wizards ain't going nowhere. Is it good for a trade? Wait, for the Wizards, it's great. For the Wizards, this is great because if they can get Trae Young and Anthony Davis to be healthy, I don't
Mhm.
know if it's possible, but if they can, they're bringing something back to that city that hasn't had anything for a long old time.
They
Do you
just
get what
need
I
some
mean?
form of excitement in Washington.
Yes. Yes. And speaking to people, Washington's a great place to live. So do you get
They
what I
got good
mean?
young players as well, though.
Yes, they do. They do. But for the Mavericks, I'm still trying to work out why you made the trade now. Because why don't you just wait till everyone's healthy or everyone gets to the point where they're healthy, plays together, see what you have, and then make the trade? Right now, you're not going nowhere. You're not going nowhere with the trade or without the trade. So wait. Just wait. But
Eh,
instead,
yeah. And the thing, like, to get AD, it wasn't even expensive, or I say expensive, but it wasn't a lot that had to be traded. Like, I remember listening to Nick yesterday. Nick Wright, he was saying, other, for instance, Golden State fans should be slightly annoyed looking at if that's all it took to get AD. Obviously, AD's injured. Why didn't they get him? Because they could have got him.
yeah,
Like
it's
he
true.
used the Warriors as an example, but he said many teams. He said even if the Lakers wanted to, they could have traded back for him if the Mavs allowed it. Like when he was doing workings out, and then so
Yeah,
you're
because
seeing that
essentially they
whole.
traded. Yeah, no, go on, go on. I'm just thinking.
Yeah, no, no. That was me saying the haul that they got for him. That was it, literally.
Yeah, because essentially the Warriors traded what Kuminga and Buddy Hield for Porzingis. Boy, at this point, the Mavs might have taken that for Andy Davis.
Yeah, yeah. Literally.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Boy, I really don't know. The Mavs have been since they made that Luka trade. Everything's gone one way down, and I don't see it going anywhere. You got Cooper Flag, cool, but we've seen you make a mad trade before. So what's telling us in 5 years' time when it's time to pay him the supermax, you don't trade him away as well?
What you said? The clock is ticking for Cooper Flag.
I'm just saying, bro. They clearly don't want to pay anyone a lot of money, so
Yeah,
they're like, okay, cool. We'll try and use you for as long as possible. If you trade Luka Doncic, you can trade anybody, bro. There's no one that's safe.
facts. Yeah,
As
it's a
an
bit
organization, you've traded Luka and Anthony Davis.
in the space of 12 months.
Exactly.
Like, so AD's now been what Lakers, Mavs, and now Washington in that span as well. Obviously, he's hardly played, so that's the only point I get in terms of the health factor. But yeah, I don't. With Dallas Mavs, it's hard to say what they're doing. But yeah, obviously, Warriors one you've already just touched up on. Kuminga and Buddy Hield going for Porzingis. I don't think this will help the Warriors in any sense at all.
Neither do I, but hey,
Yeah.
I think it's a trade just to get off of Kuminga because obviously he's sort of fallen out with Steve Kerr, and it was just a trade to get someone that's not in the greatest space in the building out of the building.
Yeah,
I think we lose shooting with we lose shooting with Buddy Hield. We lose an athletic wing with Kabinga, who is really, really a good player, but obviously don't want to play in this type of system. We get back an injury prone center who,
yeah,
when he's fit, he's sensational. But
yeah,
when was the last time we saw Pozinga's fit?
yeah. I was looking at the Warriors
So
projected starting five yesterday. It was Steph, Pod, Draymond, Horford, and
Draymond,
Porzingis, and I'm like, yeah, there's
yeah,
nothing on that one.
nothing.
This trade kind of surprised me. The Pacers getting Zubac. I was slightly surprised the
Mm,
Clippers traded Zubac. I don't know what's going on with that. Like, obviously they got Mathurin, he's a good young player, could be really good, and they got couple first rounds within the well, two first rounds, 26 and then 29, and then the second round in 28, all Indianas. But like Zubac's been one of the best centers in the NBA for a while now.
yeah. I don't really understand the trade.
Mm.
I don't really get what the Clippers are doing. So that's the main confusion about the whole situation. Okay, cool. You're trading away players, but what's your plan? Because you're keeping Kawhi. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like when you're keeping a superstar, surely you're trading for other superstars and you're not trading away your better players to
Mm.
bring in youthfulness. And I'm not saying they've got a good four. They've got a good start. They've got a good four. They just don't have a center. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I think they've got a good starting four right now. They just now don't have a center, which now makes no sense because you just traded away one of the better ones in the NBA. Unless
And
you're
they
looking on the open market and you've seen someone.
yeah. And just to add that, they've been on a very good run. Like this is why the Harden and um what's his name?
Garland
Garland
trade.
trade was like, just for argument's sake, when it occurred, the Clippers were on like they're 117 out of 21. Do you know what I mean? Obviously they were still low in seeding,
Yeah.
but they showed that the team was rounding up well and they had a solid starting five. Not to say they would have won, they wouldn't have won anything, I don't think. But yeah, I think your question is what is their plan is a very good question.
Obviously, I feel like with the James Harden trade, it's money. I think it's
Hmm.
money because I think the Clippers weren't going to take his option next year of like 49 mil guaranteed. So I feel like he's going thinking, bro, I'm at the age 36. I need to get my money. I need to be secure somewhere. I feel like the Cavs will take up that $49 million option,
Hmm.
um, whereas the Clippers wouldn't. I feel like the Clippers like Darius Garland in the system. He's a real good player when he's healthy. I love him when he's healthy, when he's fit. And I
Just
feel
been
like he could
injured
work
a lot though.
very well. Yeah. I feel like he'll work well with Kawhi though. I feel like he'll work well with Kawhi. I feel like he'll work well in LA. Um, I think LA want to pay young players because since they lost Shea, they're trying to maybe think about, okay, we lost Shea. Let's see if we can find another one. So that's what it looks like they're trying to do to me. They're like, okay, we lost him in this mad trade we made for Paul George. Let us try and recoup with James Harden and see if we can do it.
But
And Zubac. But yeah, I don't know what the Clippers are doing.
I don't know. I understand why the Cavs got Harden because obviously it's the East, and obviously Harden's playoff performances haven't been like that. But you can understand like, oh, Donovan Mitchell might need extra help in terms of just experience, facilitating. Carl Harden is an upgrade on Garland, as good as Garland is. And then hopefully, say Mobley can step up even more, for instance. So I can get why the Clippers have gone for it now. But yeah, like you said, the Clippers, I don't know what they're doing because Kawhi is still there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
I
it
agree on
doesn't
that.
seem like a full rebuild kind of vibes. So yeah, I'm not sure with that one. What do you think about the Celtics getting Vucevic? Because the Celtics have surprisingly been good this season.
I think it's a move that makes sense for them. I think it's a move where they're going, okay, cool. The East isn't that strong. We may be able to make it back to the finals again, even without Jason Tatum.
He
and I
might
think
come
it's a
back.
move in that direction. I know he's been saying that and putting up motivational stuff, but brother, please, 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 just rest. Just honestly, just rest. I want to see you healthy and playing. I don't want to see you come back and you get hurt again, and then we're missing you for another year, bro. Like we saw it with Clay with the ACL, then came back, did the ruptured his Achilles. Like
Hmm.
we want to see the best players on the floor. Please just rest this year. Come back next year, fully fit, healthy. You saw how KD came back. Do the same
Hmm.
thing. Follow what you've seen from the previous people. Um, so yeah, I feel like it's a trade that actually puts them in a position where they're going, okay, cool. Well, they can now really, 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 really push. And Jaylen Brown's been great this year. So he's kind of taken the reins. It's my team. I can do what I want. He's been
Hmm.
great. I think all the role players around him have been great. The Celtics have had a good core anyway.
Hmm.
And I think adding Vucevic to this helps a lot. You got a big that can do a lot of the dirty stuff inside, and he can do some stuff from outside. So
Hmm.
I feel like it's a real good and key move for them, and it could be the one that pushes them not over the edge, but you know, it puts them in a place where we can make it back to where we used to be. We
Yeah.
don't always need the Jason Tatum. So yeah, I like it.
I think they're gonna be back sooner than expected because, like you said, one, the other players are stepping up. Like Derek White's just
Mm.
always been reliable. Peyton Pritchard is showing he's a starting point guard in this league. And then I saw a tweet about their projected salary and luxury tax. So as of June 15th last year, their projected salary and luxury tax was 540 million. As of Feb 2nd, it's now 211 million. And people are like, obviously, people
Mm.
knew the Celtics had to get their wages down. That's why they thought they wouldn't be good. But the way Brad Stevens and that front office have worked, it's like,
Yeah.
all right, cool, we're going to get rid of players, blah, blah, blah. But we're bringing in like niche ones that just fit pieces. And then again, like you said, Jaylen Brown's showed he is a number one on any team. And then
Yeah.
it's the East. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying they're favorites, but won't at this rate won't be surprised if they make Eastern Conference Finals with the way they're playing.
Yeah, who are the favorites in the East right now? You got a good few
I think the
teams, but like
Pistons.
again, yeah. But again, if you're gonna go Pistons versus the Celtics, you're gonna go experience. Oh, you get what I mean? So like it's wide open. It's wide
Hmm.
open, and that's probably why the Cavs have made that trade for Harden, for instance. That's why the Celtics have made this trade. They're like,
Hmm.
hold on, we can do it this year. Similar to NFL, it is wide open.
Yeah, yeah, no facts. It's facts. Because even again, the Knicks should be thinking this is our moment. Do you know what I mean?
They're just messing around now. I don't know what they're on.
They've been back on the winning streak, but their losing streak was horrendous, bruv. I was like, I don't know
Terrible.
what they're playing at. All right, cool. And before we wrap up, were you surprised that Giannis did not get traded?
No,
Mm,
I was not. I didn't see the packages out there that made sense for the Bucks to take.
mm-hmm,
As much as he wanted to leave, there wasn't any like major packages that was like, okay, you're gonna move here, you're gonna move here. I think the Bucks are sitting there going, bro, you're contracted to us, and if we can't get back anything good in return in this type of East where we can win now with you,
mm-hmm.
why are we gonna make that trade? That's probably what their thinking is, and they're looking at, oh, okay, the Knicks. But do the Knicks have enough? Do you need that? Do you want Cat? Do like because he'll be the centerpiece of the trade? You then look at the Warriors. Do you want an old aging Draymond who's probably gonna ask for a buyout and then try and go back to the Warriors?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want Kaminga? The players don't add up, so nothing was making sense to me. And again, similar to what the Mavs did, it didn't. Similar to what the Mavs didn't do, but did. The Mavs made a decision that doesn't make sense. The
Mm-hmm.
Bucks were like, nothing's good enough out there for us. We're not making the decision. We're not
Yeah,
making that change. So, and Giannis is a stand-up utmost professional. Look, he'll play if he's fit. So
yeah.
Yeah, he'll be there.
Apparently, he took to IG yesterday saying, "Legends don't chase, they attract." With the cool shades on. It's like this guy's on. It's a funny guy. But I was seeing, I think the teams that because apparently the Timberwolves were really trying to make a move for him,
Mm.
but
Which, which,
it didn't come to fruition on that point. But they would have had to get rid of McDaniels for him. So, boy,
everyone that's going for that trade, you're depleting some part of your team you don't want to deplete, basically,
yeah,
and that's the problem. And you kind of don't want to go into a situation now where you want to check. KD said it when he refused to be traded during the season,
mm,
from the Suns to the Warriors, for instance. He was like, it doesn't make sense for us to change what's going on right now because then I got to learn a new system. Not him, but you get what I mean. People got to learn a new system, and then it can go one of two ways. It can go very well, it can go very, very badly.
hmm
So, especially with a player like Giannis, who is very ball dominant and the system's been him, to go into a situation with another superstar. Obviously, he's played with Dame, but Dame wasn't Dame. Do you get what I
yeah.
mean? So, yeah.
No, that's fair. That is fair. But I think it's going to be that will be the topic of the off season because it does look like he's going to go. Giannis is going to leave the Bucks this off season. So it's just probably the Bucks thinking, "Yo, nothing's going to change for us now." So, like you said, let's wait till the off season and let's try and get as best possible, say, picks, the odd good young player and stuff like that, and then boom, go from there. Because for them, it's an actual full on rebuild.
Yeah. Yeah. Him and Jar will be the talk, I think. Him and Jar will be the talk of the offseason.
But apparently, I was seeing that Jaren Jackson Jr., when he got traded, he had way more trade value than Jar. Apparently, the Grids are struggling to get rid of Jar.
It's difficult because I think it's the baggage that he comes along with.
Injury as
And
well, slightly.
again, yeah, and I think you got to trade too many assets you want to keep. For instance, like Miami, do you get rid of Tyler Hero? You don't. You kind of want him. Do you get what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
there's too many assets to give up that are valuable to how the team is, and during the season again, you don't want to make that trade. Off
yeah.
season, maybe because you can rebuild and you can go into a off season training camp and okay, cool, this is how we play and this is what we do. But during the season, it don't make sense. I don't think.
Mm, yeah. It'll be interesting who will try to go for Jar in the off season, but boy, and the NBA trade deadline, some interesting trades, nothing as surprising as last year, and I don't know if anything come top of last year's because that was absolutely
Yeah.
historical. In that sense. What are you saying? Song of the week?
Yes, yes. Song of the week, which I haven't done this in a while. My song of the weeks, I'm gonna say, for, it's gonna be the J Cole album. I ain't listened to it, but it's gonna be the J Cole album for the next few weeks. So I'm just putting it out there from now.
Ah,
Um,
that is diabolical.
but
I'm sorry, that is diabolical. Ah.
but for now, my song of the week is "Lamp Onto My Feet" by 320.
320, where are they from? I've never heard of them.
That's the husband and wife's couple. The one that used to be in Van Jess.
I have. You've told me
Yeah,
about them before. Yeah, you have. Yeah, sorry.
yeah. So yeah,
Fair,
"Lamp Onto My
fair.
Feet," 320.
Nice, nice. Mine is Young's Teflon featuring Stardom, Body Language. Get me Tef.
Nice.
So yes, song of the week. It's been a minute. Oh my gosh, flipping out. Feels like I ain't recorded in ages, but even a song of the week. But yeah, I guess we can wrap that up in it. You get me a Super Bowl,
Mhm.
NFL honors, and NBA trade deadline. It is looking like an exciting week ahead of NBA All-Star Weekend, which will be interesting with the newish format the following week. As well, which is again that is at Intuit Dome. Trying to get us entry for that one, mate. Since going there, so I say, hey, we're going to LA next week, NBA All Star Weekend, then move. But Yes, my as Dej likes to say, tell a friend to tell a friend, and the man himself.
Like and subscribe.
Yes, like and subscribe, hit those buttons, people them, and yes, keep on supporting the man them, and we will keep on delivering. Joe, I am signing out.
Jacob, signing out.
Thank you for listening.
Listening.